Welcome everybody to RVT. This is RVT, Rashid's Video Tube, in conjunction with RMJC, Rashid's Music Jukebox Center. It is located on YouTube, Google Plus, Instagram, and other social media platforms. And like I was saying, I'm Rashid the R-Man, coming on live. I want to take this time. To talk about spirituality with you guys. I'm going through a lot of things on social media of spiritual awareness. And I felt as though I wanted to talk about spirituality a little bit. Just wanted to. Because it's been a while. And it is shicing. So that's something I want to do. So if you got a while, let's hang out for a while. What time is it? 11:30? Okay. Just give me a second here. Y'all guys are my She Katir bees. Y'all mean a lot to me. And what you see on the screen is another animation that I came up with. Nothing really gonna nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna sit there like the buzzard that y'all have seen. I just wanted us to look at something while I talk. So I came up with that. Alright. So the thing that gets me about today is the day and age. Hey sweetie. You know, dish out shit for me. My baby's gonna assist. Well, please forgive me, but you know I come on social media myself, guys. There's no act, there's no cue cards or anything like that. But that's how I want to come off with you guys, being honest and being real and keeping it real. Especially when it comes to spirituality, because nobody knows what's going on right now. You can't sit back and say you do know what's going on. I mean, some people can claim they know what's going on right now, but I'm watching. I'm not saying anything. I'm just looking and hearing people lectures and talks and things like that, and it's a lot of profession that everything is under control and they know what's going on right now. Now, my words are very powerful, whether you know it or not. That's why I have so much distractions. I have a lot of distractions around me when I'm speaking. I don't want a lot of attention on me when I talk, because I'm very powerful with my words. So I try to water down. I know water down with the octopus on the screen. But I try to water down my words as much as possible, because I'm very movable when I talk. And I have to be, because the Bible brings out that if you walk down the street and you see someone's house on fire upstairs, and downstairs you see the family eating dinner, when you go to their house to warn them about it, how would you act? Would you act in a calm manner? Or would you be very excited and anxious in telling them that their upstairs is on fire? Of course the answer would be you would be very anxious, because you would want them to know right away to get out of the house. Just an example. So when I speak, I I'm very convincing. I'm very convincing because, see, I see things that others do not see. Moses was different than any other prophet that God had, because not only did God say about Moses that Moses was very obedient, but God said about Moses that not only did Moses look like God, because God said the appearance of God is what Moses behold. Moses was very beautiful. He was the most prettiest man on the face of the earth, as the Bible brings out. Moses was very attractive. So God said the appearance of the Lord is what he beholds. So he told Miriam not to speak against him. That's why he struck her with leprosy. That's the time he said that Moses had the appearance of himself. But Moses also saw God in a way that others could not see. You see, he saw God in a way that others could not see. He's one of the few apostles. He's one of the few followers of God that asked to see him. In other words, while he was getting the 10 Commandments, Moses said, God, can I see you? Can you show me yourself? That's how close he was to God. And God called him a friend, you see. That's the other thing. God called him a friend. So he said, God, can I see you? Because they was really close. So he said, and God replied, no man could see me and yet live. But I tell you what, cover your face and I'll graze by you. And of course, any Christian know the story after that. Moses' face image raised and so forth like that from God's majesty. God rides in a chariot. He rides in a high chariot full of emeralds and diamonds and sapphires. That's how beautiful the Lord is, you see. The chariot of God, he rides it. Amazing to think about that chariot. When you think of a chariot, you think of like Ben-Hur horses pushing a chariot or pulling a chariot when they're racing around the arena. Well, God has a chariot, a celestial chariot that he rides in. See, God don't just sit in one place. But that's just how far mankind have gotten from knowing who God is. Right now they think he's invisible. There's so many atheists. I didn't realize there was this many atheists in the world until I got to sweetie, got on social media. Yeah, that's when we found out. That's when I found out there's so many atheists, more than I ever expected. And they're all on social media. I mean, social media is like flooded with atheists. And these atheists, the first thing they say is, God, there is no God. There's no mystical person sitting there. Well, God don't sit, number one. He don't sit. He has a chariot that he rides in, kind of like Santa Claus. So God doesn't sit in one place. That's number one. And that's just showing how far off these atheists are on knowing who God is. In fact, these things you forget about. God doesn't sit in one place. He rides around. He rides. He moves. He's a mover. God's a mover spirit that rides in a chariot. He calls his chariot the celestial chariot. And it's full and it's filled and surrounded by emeralds and diamonds and the highest sapphires that your eyes ever could behold. That's the Lord. The Lord is not an old white man sitting in a chair. But then again, these things that people have to learn on their own, if they want to continue to learn about the Lord, that's their decision. But many people today believe that the Lord is dead, that the Lord is not doing anything. No, that's not it. That's not it. What is it is that people are forgetting what God said about the last days. I mean, it's not like they say, okay, there's no God. It's not like saying like people that they say there's no God, spirituality is dead, the Bible's full of lies, this and this. No, people are forgetting. People are forgetting what Jesus said. That when I do come back, will I find anybody serving me? That's what Jesus said. Because Jesus realized that at that time when he come back, things were going to be so bad that it will be a big question mark. Am I going to find anybody serving me at that time? Will I really find a faith on the earth when I do come back? And he realized that. That's why he said that before he sacrificed himself to his apostles. So Jesus knew that by the time when he comes back, it's going to be hardly anybody anywhere believing in the Lord. That's why Christ said that. He didn't make a big deal about that when he said it. He didn't make when he asked the question. He didn't make a big deal about it. It was just put in one of his things that he said to his apostles at that time. Well, case in point, people today don't believe in the Lord. They say the Christian religion is all of this is garbage. You know, we going on and on. Now it's the year 2018. We're a few months away from, believe it or not, from 2019. We're not that far away. We're not. So, how long is it going to go on? Are you forgetting what God said? Are you forgetting what God said? You know what a puzzle is? A puzzle is a picture that's broken up in little pieces that you put together piece by piece by piece. That's all life is a puzzle, you see. See, God said his way, you have to find it. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're baptized. I don't care if you're a Muslim. I don't care if you're Jehovah's Witness. I don't care if you're a Christian. I don't care if you're a Hinduism. I don't care if you're Buddhism. You have to find it. Because he says the broad and spacious road is the road leading off into destruction. And on that road, you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want to do on that road. Anything. Anything. But the cramped road is the road leading off into life. And few are the ones finding it. He didn't say few are the ones on it. He didn't say the few are the ones that's traveling on it. Or when you get baptized, you on it. And you know. You have to find it. And when you do find it, the Bible brings out there's like a valuable pearl. A precious stone that nobody can really find. So it's very valuable once you find it, you see. That's how the Bible describes this everlasting road that's available to people who finds it. It's a precious stone. It's a precious pearl. I don't have, like I said, when I do these talks like this on RVT, I don't have any Bible in front of me right now. I don't have any scriptures in front of me right now. Just me and my children, me and my child, because I'm a cult leader. I am. And I use the word cult leader because I want to scare people away from me by using the word cult. I don't want to say Christianness, or because I'm not a Christian and nothing like that. It's just I'm a spiritual person. I'm not a guru. I'm just Rashid. It's that simple. But I'm not going to go into detail about that because it's very complicated. The point I'm trying to make is, or what I'm trying to say is, God is not dead. Y'all forgetting what God said. Y'all forgetting what Jesus said about Armageddon when it starts. Or maybe just maybe you didn't forget. You're just running. Y'all just running. and hiding your face and coming up with all these excuses in your head that you know that you're wrong in doing, because you see change. You know it's changed from when Bill Clinton was president. You know what I'm talking about. So everybody's in denial, or maybe everybody's in shock. And either way, I'm not gonna get into it. How about that? I'm not gonna get into it. Why shall I get into it when no other pastors are talking about it? Why shall I talk about it? To distinguish myself, make myself look better, smarter, more intelligent? No, it's not about that. It's about spiritual awareness around here. It's not about directing you anywhere. So let's get that straight right off the bat. It's about knowing what God said about these last days, about the thief in the night. For instance, they say it can't be now. This is not the end of the times, because if it was the end of the times, I wouldn't know about it. Then you're calling the Bible a liar then. The Bible says God's days will come like a thief when nobody expected to come. So how you going to sit up there and say it's not the time because I don't see? No, the Bible says it's going to come at a time you don't see or expect it. So how you going to sit up there and say it's not the time? That means you know. Bible says you're not going to know. That's what a thief in the night is. You see how it works? You can't sit up there. No man can sit up there and say this is not the time of the end. This is not the great tribulation. Because if you do, you're calling the Bible a liar. Bible says it's going to come when nobody going to know. Expect it. God's people will know though. See, that's a different story. But still, at a time, they don't expect it. At the same time, they will start cheering. Because God said around that time, only his people going to start cheering. Now, you got a lot of people on social media who goes on and talks about the Illuminati. And how this Illuminati is controlling celebrities and taking over the world and stuff like this and stuff and yada, 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 yada. At that time of Armageddon, God's people are going to be cheering. They're going to be the only people on earth cheering. Nobody else. Everybody else going to be in mourning and suffering. Now, do you see any group of people cheering anywhere? I don't see any. Well, we cheering around here. In fact, that's why Rashid hated so much. Because they say he's a happy son of a bitch. They got the good life, and I'm jealous of that shit. I know. See, y'all keep forgetting. See, people forgetting that I was once a child on the street. See, I know what people say about me. They've been saying it all my life. So, I'm going to exclude the Rashid compound. Yeah, we're going to exclude ourselves. We don't count. Don't bitch up. We don't count. Don't bitch up. We don't count. Now, do you see anybody cheering around this planet Earth? I want to see a group of people that's happy. I don't see none on the news. I don't see none on social media. And maybe there is some, but I just haven't came across it. Well, who is Rashid to come across a group of people? Who am I to come across? Maybe they're out there somewhere. Maybe in the desert. Maybe they're in the desert somewhere. I don't know. But the Bible brings out that around Armageddon, there's going to be one group of people on the planet Earth that's going to be happy, and they're happy it's going to shake this whole planet. And everybody is going to notice that these group of people are happy. And they're not going to like it because they got the mark of the wild beast. And this group of people got to do what they doing, or it's a problem. Hey, it's in a book of Revelation. And it's in a book of Daniel also. Do you see any group of... Remember, don't point to no Rashid motherfucker here. Now, do you see a group of people on the earth that's happy? That's all I'm asking. Because I can't find none. I can't find none on social media. Sure, they come off on videos and shit like they happy. But when I go talk to them, I don't hear a fucking thing. I don't see no happiness. I don't see nobody coming forth saying, hey, this celebrity talk to me. or this YouTuber talk to me and I'm happy that they thought. I don't see nobody like that. They just communicate. The rich communicate with the rich, and the people who are successful on social media communicate only with people that are successful on social media. Seems a little biased to me. So these people can't be the people because they just communicate with each other, their own kind. The Bible says there's going to be a group of people on the earth that's happy, and nobody's going to like it. Do you see a group of people on this planet that's happy? Yes or no? And all the people are going to be grinding their goddamn teeth saying we don't like these people that's happy. We don't like that son of a bitch because he laughed too fucking much. And we don't see nothing funny. Now, do you see anybody like that? The Bible say that all these people is going to gather together and go after them motherfuckers right there. That's what the scriptures say. So I tell you what we got to do as spiritual people. I tell you what, we're going to keep searching this shit. How about that? Because we don't like nobody fucking happy. How about that? What if I come off and talk like that to you guys? Do I get you guys' attention now? See, when I talk like that, I'm using the scriptures like it's real. Like I made that assumption before that if you knew God was real, how would you act tomorrow? See, everybody looking at the Bible and they look at it and say, oh, that's just a book that's been around for years and years and years. And this and this and this. Yeah, but if you knew that Bible was like a prescription for your doctor, how would you be acting tomorrow? How would you, I don't know, how would you go about your life if you knew the Bible was real 100%? How would you act? That's how I'm treating you guys right now. Because I see the Bible in a way that I know that you don't see it. I see the Bible in a way that you don't see it. I see it for what it is. And you may say, Rashid, some parts of the Bible I don't understand. There's some parts in the Bible that don't make sense. There's some parts in the Bible that's just stupid. That's nonchalant. Did you know the Bible is not meant for mankind? The Bible was meant for the lost tribe. The Bible was meant for Jesus' disciples, the Israelites. That's number one. In other words, the Bible was meant for spiritual beings that's going to rule with Jesus in heaven. We're the other sheep the Bible brings out that's benefiting from the scriptures. You see? So, I don't think we're supposed to understand everything in it anyway, because the Bible is not meant for people to begin with. It was meant for the 144,000 that's going to rule with Christ in heaven. That's what the Bible's for them. It ain't meant for no humans. We're the other sheep that the scriptures speak about when God asks, who are these other people right here? Oh, these other people are the ones who's benefiting from the scriptures, who wash their robes clean. So when a man, person, human, say, I don't understand the Bible, it ain't meant for us to begin with. It's meant for Jesus' brothers. That's what the Bible is meant for. We're just benefiting from it. Did you tell an atheist that? The atheist say he don't believe this and he don't believe that. He ain't supposed to believe. Neither are we. See, it's God's spirit that helps us understand. But far as Jesus' brothers go, the Bible was meant for them. That's why he came to the planet Earth, to set an example of how to teach them how to be Christ-like. Then we can benefit from it. There's a lot of people with big mouths when it comes to spirituality. They know everything. God is dead. There is no God. Well, none of that stuff is meant for mankind to begin with. We're the other sheep that the Bible speaks about that's benefiting. from the scriptures, you see. So it makes sense that a person say they don't understand everything in the Bible's full of shit. It makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. We need God's Spirit to help us understand it. And it trickles down so we can benefit from it. How do you guys feel about life in general? Are you depressed? Sometimes I get depressed. Sometimes I feel as though I just want to just break out and start crying for no reason. They call it anxiety. They got pills for that shit. They got some, I don't know, it's different names that you can go and doctor prescribe, in which they are professional. And they do help. Either they help or not. Depression is everywhere. And that's what that guy, that little man went through, and Robin Williams, and that's why they killed themselves. The Austin Powers, the Mini-Me, and Robin Williams, and the host of Soul Train, that guy. You know, all these depressed people that took their lives and taking their lives. Somebody just killed, the 13-year-old boy just killed himself on the news like last week because of depression, of how there's no way out. There's no way, nobody, you feel as though there's nobody gonna understand you when you talk. Why bother of going through talking about something when nobody understands? Nobody understands. So you start to lose interest in life itself. You start to feel like, why bother going on living when I see no purpose for it? It's stupid. Would you believe, see, here's the funny thing about that. Would you believe that they're absolutely right? Would you believe that? Now here's the thing about it. They're not right for killing themselves. I disagree with that. But all they thinking, they're absolutely right. I was just explaining something, and I'm explaining to y'all this, and I'm trying to get eye to eye with you guys. Okay? I'm trying to get eye to eye with you guys the best way I can. Alright? Now, I want you to listen to this. These people that kill themselves, their thinking is right, but they shouldn't have killed themselves. All they thinking is right. I'll tell you why. Because that's what this world will make you think. That's what this world will drive you to. Are they right or are they wrong? We're living. We're still living. We don't feel that way that they felt at all. We can honestly say that we never felt the way they felt before they killed themselves. See, they had a severe type of the same thinking that we're going through. But it's the same thinking. It's the same thinking. So, we can't, you can honestly say we never got depressed. I don't care if we rich or not, poor or not. We never felt worthless. They just had a severe case of it that led to them taking their life. So their thinking was right, because our thinking is right. And what kind of thinking is that? That this is bullshit. This life is bullshit. This life is bullshit, And the people we deal with is bullshit. Everything about this life is just stupid. It don't make fucking sense. We're born, and then we die. And we ask ourselves, what was it all for? What was it all for? The only high point in life to me is fucking. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. Now you got other aspects of it, but I'm not gonna add those other aspects because I believe that those other aspects are being stricken from us. And it's been stricken from us for a reason. See, nothing goes on the planet Earth without God's permission. So those other aspects can go as walking outside butt naked without being a body shamed in the forest or the woods, or skinny dipping and total freedom. Not like these resorts that you go in, the nudists who get together and start painting their bodies and shit like that. Now I'm talking something way more advanced than that. I'm talking about without even acknowledging you're naked and going out and feeling the breeze early in the morning, swimming in the water with the morning air brushing through your hair and you're butt naked out there with no worries, no cares, and without even a thought of somebody seeing you and being shocked at your appearance. Because if you do it now, that's in the back of your mind, no matter how much you're enjoying it. I'm talking about freedom from all of that. You see, it's a lot of things that we could be enjoying. A lot of things. Experiencing true love out in a peaceful area, in a peaceful environment, without no harm or the thought of harm coming our way in no shape, size, or form. That's unthought of. See, these things are stricken from us. And I believe it's a reason for it. Nonetheless, besides that, fucking. So I think the only thing in life I like is fucking. But all of those things I just mentioned to you, I know there's no way I can enjoy nothing like that. But I do believe there's a reason for it. But I'm not going to get into that reason. I'm not going to get into that reason. Stimulation. That's just Rashid. Yours could be another. Yours could be getting drunk, getting high. I don't know. But that's mine. It's fucking. I'm open with my sins. So if I'm this honest to you, imagine when I pray to God. When I pray to my goddess, I'm very, very, very open. If I'm open like this on social media. So what I'm trying to say is that you're not seeing what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing, I'm going to share with you. Now I want you to listen to this, because it's more to the story. I want you to pay attention very carefully. Life as you know it is not as you know it. Can you honestly say that complex as life is, that this is all there is? Wouldn't that be stupid? So these people that killed themselves, they were absolutely right. And when those thoughts come into our head, we're absolutely right. So if we're right, then what are we talking about? I'll tell you what we're talking about. If you know anything about the scriptures, now everybody have their own belief. If Buddhists believe that this guy who took a long walk out had a spiritual encounter and he returned home as Buddha, and people worship him as Buddha. Okay? Now, it's a lot of other religions out there and beliefs and faiths with a similar aspect or a different kind of. Well, we're going to. In other words, what I'm trying to say is we're going to stick to Christianity, because that's what America's foundation was built on, Christianity. So we're going to stick right there. Now I'm going to begin something here, and I want you guys to pay attention. Pay attention to my words, and then you will feel where I'm coming from. Pay strict attention. Now, here we go. Life ain't shit. People kill themselves. And everybody who's still alive wondering, why did this person kill himself? Well, because that person was absolutely right. Life is meaningless. It's stupid. It's nonchalant. It's stupid fucking shit. And we are suffering here. Rich or poor, black or white, we're suffering. I'm here to tell you guys that there's more to life. Whether you're an atheist believer, a non-believer, or a Christian believer, or Buddhist, whoever, I'm telling you, it's more to life. And I'm going to tell you why it's more to life. I'm not going to ask you to believe what Christians believe or anything like that, but I want you to understand what happened in the Garden of Eden. That's what I want you to understand. And people think it's full of shit. There's some snake just start talking and saying, "Hey, the God say don't eat the apple from this tree," and yada, and all this crap and stuff like this. Well, it's more complex than that. It's more complex than that. You ever see an old-fashioned movie film camera? You know, like the things that like two wheels that spins around on top of a projector. Two wheels that spins around and you're watching a movie. Okay, once the movie's over, what happens to the wheel? If you don't stop it and if you don't take the wheel off, what happens to it? It starts spinning around in circles really fast. It goes and you gotta go over there and turn off the machine so the wheel stops spinning. Because that's the end of the movie. That's life right now. That's life right now. And it's been that way ever since Adam and Eve sinned. In other words, let me draw you another example. What if, see, I'm an artist. Y'all know I'm an artist. Hands down, Rasheed's an artist. What if I went to the store, got a huge canvas. I was going to do an oil painting. I'm going to do an oil painting. I got home. I said, before I go home, I'm going to go get some liquor. Because I like to drink when I do oil painting and shit. So I go to the liquor store. I get some good liquor. I want a few candles too. I'll go get some candles and shit. Go to the dollar store or whatever, get some candles. Got the liquor, got the candles, got the canvas, and I'm driving home, and I get home, put all the stuff in the house, set everything the fuck up, light the candles and everything. I light the candles. I sit down in front of my painting, and right before I begin the first stroke, a shoe come flying over there and knock a hole in my fucking paint, in my canvas. Now I'm sitting up there with a big hole in the middle of my shit. I turn around, it's one of my children that did it. Now I'm sitting there with the paintbrush in my hand with a big hole in the middle of my canvas. And the first thing I say is, okay, I got to do something else now. I'm going to do my painting. I'm going to do my painting. No doubt. But I have to get another canvas. So I got to use this one. It's the only canvas. So what I got to do is put down my paintbrush, put it in Shimalac or whatever, and I have to mend. In other words, I got work to do before I do my painting now, because my child threw a shoe and then knocked a hole in the middle of my goddamn shit. That's life. In other words, look in the book of Genesis. Look in a book of the Bible or the Quran or what have you, the beginning of life. God told Adam and Eve, be fruitful, become many, and fill the earth and subdue it, and have in subjection every animal, every flying creature of the heavens, and every sea creature under the water, under the depths. That never was completed. You know why? Because a hole got put in the canvas. What I'm trying to say is we don't know. We don't know what life is going to be like in God's new kingdom. We don't know. In other words, what I'm trying to say is the scriptures bring out highlights of what God's kingdom is going to be like. He says the whole planet is going to be one brotherhood. No races are going to be around. No races. Peace going to be the order of the day. Fresh wine. Fresh fruit. And there will be no one making people tremble. In fact, death will be no more. God said that it's going to be so great that everything we're going through right now, we're not even going to remember. And it will not be called up to the mind or the heart. That's how beautiful God's kingdom is going to be. Think about it. Everything that we're going through right now, we're not going to remember it, dude. That's how beautiful the kingdom's going to be. Now think back when I said taking off your clothes and swimming in the water butt naked, and nobody is making you feel body shamed or any fucking thing, dude. I mean, we talking absolute bliss, peace. That's God's kingdom. He said the former things are not going to be called to mind, neither will they come up into the heart. That means we're going to forget everything that we're going through right now. We're not even going to remember what it is. That's how beautiful the kingdom going to be. Remember that film projector that's going round and round and round? See, we never got there. We never got there. Because Adam and Eve sinned. So we never got there. Who knows what it's going to be like, guys? Who knows? It never was completed. God sat down at his canvas with a paintbrush in his hand. And right when he told Adam and Eve to do, it was ruined. So God said, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to have what I want. I'm still going to have the earth subdued with people in perfect condition. But first, I have to make atonement because of this sin now that's entered into the world. And that's where Jesus come in at. But the point I'm trying to make is, guys, who knows what's it going to be like? We don't know because it never was accomplished. So think about the people that killed themselves. No matter who it is, whether we know them or not, they were right. This life is, but guys, the ones that's still alive, we that's still alive, this can't be and this isn't the real life. It stopped because of sin. You understand? See, you have to see things in a spiritual eye rather than a human eye. See things on a spiritual level. All of this is stopped. We got the hurricanes, we got the sickness, we got the disease, we got the racism, we got the ignorance, we got the crime, we got the shooting, we got the violence, we got all, but it stopped because it stopped. And sin entered into the world. So what God said, he had to put his hand over life. You understand? He had to put his hand over life. What if you was giving your child a bath? Your child is 1 year old. What if you was giving your child a bath, and on the side of the bathtub, a cup of ink fell into the water? What would you do with your child? You would take your child really fast out of the water. That's what God did to life because of sin. We don't know how beautiful it's going to be because of sin, guys. But God said He has a way He's going to correct that. But you got to have faith in order to get there. See, God ain't got time to come out of the sky and say, look, I'm real, okay? I'm real. See, God don't have time to do that. So He's depending on us to do our job in believing what He say. So when we get there, it will be much easier for us to understand God's purpose. Do you understand that, guys? But you got to see out your spiritual eye to see it. See, it'll be easier for us because God is letting us see the whole thing of why things bad from the beginning, why things are like this outside their door and outside their window. He's letting us see that. He told us that. But He's saying, I have atonement of getting things back the way they, but you got to believe what I say. I don't have time to come into your life and say, I'm real, okay? I don't have time. You're going to see I'm real if you listen to my words. You're going to see that. But just listen to me. This is not the real life. This is garbage. Life is stopped. He put His hand in the threshold. He put His finger in the threshold of life and stopped it all and said sin has entered into the world. It's everything now, man, because he told Adam, because you did this, everything you get, you're going to have to sweat to get it. Everything you get from now on, you're going to have to sweat and get it. Throughout your sweat, you're going to get it. That's the only way, through your sweat. That's what He told Adam. And that's what we're going through, guys. That's what we're going through. That beautiful oil painting has never been completed. It's never been completed. Who knows how beautiful it's going to be that all of these things that we're going through right now is not going to come up into our heart or mind. How beautiful is it going to be? You tell me. And you tell me honestly, it's not worth getting there or trying to get there. Now y'all know Rashid swear. And Rashid's a dirty son of a bitch. And Rashid's a nasty son of a bitch too. But I have a reason for being that way. See, God said, be all things to all men. You understand that? This is social media. Be all things to all men. Okay? Don't worry about the sin. The Apostle Paul had a sin. A man is not able to point his finger and say, that guy's sinning over there. He can't be doing God's will. Jesus here don't do that. He says, abstract the straw from your own eye before you point your finger at somebody else. And be careful that when you're judging, that you yourself don't be judged. That's what the Lord said. In other words, people looking at me, this is true. And even if I was squeaky clean Christian, they will still point their finger at Rashid and say something negative about Rashid. I'm this way for a reason. You don't have to know my reason. That's between me and a higher power. That's between Rashid and a higher power. But as spiritual people, we supposed to be looking after each other, you see. We supposed to be watching each other back, not tearing each other apart. We supposed to be concerned about each other's welfare. We supposed to be doing our utmost to understand each other, even in times when we don't understand each other. And these morals are being taken from the world. These morals don't exist no more in the world. And it's up to us as individuals, as mature individuals, as spiritual individuals, to realize this and mend what is broken. Don't forget what's going on here. God's kingdom is the focus here, not man's. Not man's. God's kingdom is the only answer to man's problem. Is God's kingdom. It's the only answer to man's problem. But we living in a society today where you will be convinced 100% that man got this shit, not God. There was a time in 1968 and 1969 when people was all out in the streets preaching, and every other corner it was somebody preaching. Spirituality was the order of the day in the 60s. Cults was all over the place. That's what Jim Jones started. Heaven's Gate started. Now today, you'll swear up and down that man won the war. Well, I'm here to tell you, man ain't win a goddamn fucking thing. Not a goddamn thing. But you'll be convinced up and down that man won something, that he really succeeded in everything that came upon this earth. The man just took over everything, and spirituality is looking stupid now. Well, that's to some people, not to Rashid. No, not to Rashid by far. That's why primarily we had to separate ourselves in my cult, my group, because people twisted religion around so much that it's tainted now. I'm a Christian. That doesn't mean anything anymore. When it used to mean something on Sundays, to go for a Sunday drive and go out to church, and so it used to mean something. You see, it don't mean nothing no more. So I took it upon myself to create our own faith. I had no choice. That's the only way we can see now. We can see now, because before we couldn't see, saying we are Christians. We couldn't see. See, I'm a Christian. I can't see it no more because everything is so awful, so twisted, bent, deframed. I couldn't see my Christianity. All my Christian brothers was corrupt all around me. See, I couldn't see myself. I couldn't see. But now I can see. Once I got our own flag, once we got our different names, our decency, now I can see again. But I couldn't see being like everybody else. I couldn't see. Saying I'm the same as that person and watching that person being a fucking dickhead. See, I couldn't see. It was blocking my vision. I had to do it. That's between me and the Lord. I had to do it, Lord. You see, I had to do it. I had to create this Rashid cult. I had to, because I couldn't see no more. To do your word will. I couldn't see to do your will. I couldn't see 2 minutes. It got too bad. It got too bad, Lord. At the end of the times, it got too bad. I didn't know who to trust. Every evangelist getting money, getting paid, Lord. Everybody getting money, Lord. Everybody getting paid. How can I see? They're Christian. They supposed to be my Christian brothers, but they're getting money, Lord. They're getting paid, and I'm suffering, Lord. And they're not giving me a dime, Lord. How can I see? I had to do it. I'm not straying from your word, but I had to do this. It's something I had to do. If I'm wrong, then I'll gladly go down in death, Lord. We will gladly go down in death, Lord, if we're wrong. We will gladly go down in death. But I had to do it because I have to continue to see your word, Lord. And that's Rashid's prayer, guys. I'm sharing it with you. I don't care. But I have to see. And with that, I can't do the Christian life. Not cursing, not swearing, Lord, it's that bad at the end. Then all of a sudden, something hit my head. You see, something hit my head. Something hit my head. Well, before the something hit my head, I had to tell God that we can't see. We had no choice but to go in this direction. We had no choice. And when this system got this bad, I know. When this system got this bad, where I became blind, I needed help. Lord. I needed help. So how did I get my help? I had to recreate my spirituality. That's the only way I can see now. I can see. Something hit my head. I say, if I'm wrong, then put me to death. I will gladly go down. But I'm sinning like crazy. I'm smoking. I'm giving in to all my desires. This twisted. I'm giving into it. As long as it don't kill me. I don't give a fuck about it. As long as it don't kill me. But with me recreating my spirituality, that's the only way I could deal. Like an alcoholic gotta drink in order to cope. Like a drug addict gotta take drugs to cope with life. I had to separate myself and build my own spirituality, because that's the only way I can see. Because everything is corrupt. Jesus said these is the last days, but this is fucking ridiculous. All of my Christian brothers are corrupt. This is the only way I can see. So if I'm wrong, gladly put me to death. Then something hit my head. Spirituality hit my head, you see. Was the prodigal son wrong? When the prodigal son went out there and left, did his sinning and came back, he was allowed to take that sin plunge. See, the prodigal son was allowed to say, I'm going to sin and live a debaucherating life. He was allowed to do. King Nebuchadnezzar was another one who was sent away from the temple to act like a madman in the woods, just so he get the point. You understand how I look at myself? So that's kind of shit hit my head. Rashid, you continue on, and if that's the case, I'll deal with you when I deal with you. See, I feel it in my heart. And that's the what I'm carrying on. Because I'm a sinner. The Apostle Paul had a thorn in the flesh. And that thorn could have been any goddamn thing. But the Bible doesn't bring it out. The Bible never brings out the Apostle Paul's sin. The Bible just says the Apostle Paul cried out to God, God, with my mind I'm a slave to you. But with my flesh I'm a slave to sin. And it never brought out what his sin was. His sin could have been any goddamn thing. And don't forget, he was a killer of Christians. He might have been a serial killer. If he was a killer of Christians, and he said, God, I have a thorn in my flesh, there's no telling what it was. But yet he's one of Jesus' brothers. Showing that even a serial killer, no matter who you are, has an opportunity, guys. But I'm going to tell y'all this. This is not the time to sit on your fucking ass and give up on the Bible, guys. If I'm rude, I'm ignorant, but I speak the goddamn truth. This is not the time to sit on your ass and turn your back on God's word. You see how bad it's getting? There's no telling what these son of a bitches planning. And if you leave this, you got nothing else. You have nothing else. You have nothing else, guys. I hate to put you in that position, but it's truth. You can try. At least try. Don't you want to just die trying in Armageddon rather than die not trying? At least you gave it a shot, dude. You know? At least you gave it a goddamn shot right before God closed up this shit. Because you see it's over. You see, the king is not on his throne, man. And you know damn well that's what everybody was talking about. And that's what I was saying. Everybody acting stupid now, covering their ears and walking away and all this bullshit. But y'all know goddamn well that king ain't on his throne no more. And Jesus said, when that happened, I'm right there at the door. Don't cover your ears from the last calling. Don't do that. The Great Tribulation is starting. I feel it. I'm not a dumbass. I waited for this. I sat back and watched you fuckers, and I said it's all gonna stop soon. I saw the rap music. I saw that rock and roll bullshit, REM shit. I said it's all gonna stop soon. You fucking mark my word. And to this very day, I got all my people behind me. As I told y'all that was gonna happen. I knew this was going to happen. And all that rap shit was going on, MTV bullshit, when that Clinton administration shit, I said it's all going to come to an end. You watch. And to this day, I told you so. And some people scratching their head today, wondering what's going on, just like the scripture said they're going to do in the book of Revelation. They're going to be scratching their head, wondering what's going on with their shit. And this is not the time to play deaf motherfucker now and lose your life. This is not the time. Spirituality is still here, and spirituality will always be here. Now, I'm not going to take up too much time because I got things to do my damn self, but I wanted to come on and just talk some spiritual words to us. And hopefully it did something to you with my artwork that I did on the screen there. It's pretty nice there, the octopus thing. And there'll be something else later on too. Ain't that beautiful? It'll be something else. And I'm Father Rashid, and I'm your friend. Now, who's your buddy? We gonna get through this together. You understand that? We gonna get through this together. You got a friend here. And I told you how many years it's been now. Did I change yet? Have I asked you for one goddamn penny? Have I asked you for one goddamn nickel? Have I asked you for any goddamn thing? The only thing I tried to do and will continue to do is be your goddamn friend. And if you spit in my face the way most of you have, so be it. But I wish you the best of luck in your future. And for you guys to sticking by me, my bees, my Rashika tears, let's move forward. Let's continue to move forward. And let's see what happens, okay? Now, I got some shows coming up. I got this movie I'm working on. Yeah, this should be up in, I was working on it today. It should be up very soon, guys. That show I did yesterday was a bomb. I had to take it down because I got to do some things on it. You know, a lot of good feedback, a lot of people jealous, and I ain't got time for that jealous bullshit. It's jealous bullshit, I ain't got time for that. Guys, let's continue to move forward. Alright? We won. We one group, we're one, guys. I'm right with you. Alright? Let's move forward, and y'all have a nice evening. If you want to talk, come to my Gmail and talk to me. And I'll be talking to you guys soon. Okay? Don't stray far. Stay close to my Google page. You know I'll be acting stupid up there. Alright, see y'all. Take care.